In fact, even when he went so far as to talk about controlling spending and how we need to, really leave no stone unturned, which partially is correct in our reducing our expenditures, he still made it a point to say that, well, we still need to strengthen Social Security. So how are you going to do that? How can you measurably reduce spending without touching the entitlement programs? He tried to say that, well, we need to reduce the Medicare and Medicaid, but that means we need my health care law. Well, you're just shifting money from one hand to the other. Sure, you reduce Medicare and Medicaid, you increase the cost of implementing the health care law. Come on, Barack. We're smarter than that. Give us a little bit of credit. What he's not acknowledging, in all of the platitudes and everything else, what Barack Obama is not acknowledging, and this is key, is that of all the problems we have right now, in terms of the deficit, in terms of the structural problems of our nation, the majority of those problems have been caused by government. Government has not reduced those problems, it has increased them. The reliance on the federal government is a large part of why we are here today in the straits we are in. So until Barack Obama acknowledges that government is the problem, and I'm not going to hold my breath that he will, then it doesn't matter how he tries to spin the version of government that he wants. Because it's still government. It's still a federal government. It's still an involved federal government. So, don't get fooled by the little one-sentence things here and there in a speech where he says, we need to close the tax loopholes. Well, what would be better? Consumption-based flat tax. Never heard him mention that. Never heard him mention that at all. He talks about wanting to compete on a global scale in terms of business, yet he never mentioned one thing that would truly make a dent in creating an environment where business could prosper. Didn't say anything about, any kind of genuine tax reduction. Oh, he wants to reward people for taking on the projects that he wants. He wants to reward companies for that, but he doesn't want to create an environment where they can be driven by profitability. He does not care about the profit motive. He never has. And he certainly doesn't tonight. Barack Obama's vision of this country truly has not changed. What has only changed is the way he is positioning that vision. I'll give you some hints, Barack. If you truly want us to compete business-wise on an international scale, make the Bush tax cuts permanent. Oh, wait, tonight you said you weren't going to do that, and that, we need to, at some point, go back and nail the rich again. Sorry, that doesn't work. Why don't you get rid of the capital gains tax? No way in hell you'd do that. So, it's clear to me that for all his platitudes, Mr. Obama has no interest in truly creating an environment that is favorable to business, or that is favorable to the creation of jobs. Likewise, when you talk about education and how we need to invest in that, why not turn some more of education over to the private sector? After all of the government involvement and all of the spending of money in education hasn't really yielded us anything of note. Why not let the private sector do it? You want to reward teachers? Let the private sector reward them. Don't make us do it through our tax dollars. That's been disastrous. Let the private sector do that. You might be amazed at what you find. You see, for all of his good talk tonight and for all of his centrist rhetoric, Barack Obama still believes in government, and he still does not believe in the private sector. Now, we could go into much more detail. It'd take probably 3 or 4 more of these presentations. But the bottom line tonight is that truly nothing about Barack Obama has changed. His rhetoric and the way he's positioning his message has changed. But what he believes and what he stands for has not changed. He still believes in class warfare. He still believes in big government. Those things didn't change. And until they do, you do not represent the American people or what we want.